metal, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm gonna not actually touch, but bring the tip of the rapier near to the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of expecting like some sort of magnetic either attraction or repelling. When you put two magnets close to each other.
Yeah.
I probably won't, but that's kind of
You
what I'm
holding the ring or placing it down on the ground or
placed it on the ground. I suppose
yeah,
I ought to hold it. Actually, no. Yeah, I will. I will hold it in one hand and
yeah,
then bring the rapier close with the other.
yeah. So you hold the ring in one palm and you slowly sort of bring the rapier
And
towards it.
just at the point that it is just about to touch it, just before you describe what's happening, then Artur will notice that the rapier is pointing at his heart. So carry on.
Um, yeah, nothing unexpected happens. No.
I should make it clear it was the middle kobold part, not the top of the bottom one. Um, okay.
I don't believe I've seen this rapier yet.
No, you haven't.
I don't think I've been shown it.
No, you haven't.
The metal it's made of. You said it's made of special metal, right?
Yeah.
Is it a material I recognise? Is it like a celestial steel or anything? I figure I'd be familiar with that as a material, but
Um, you do recognise it. Yeah. It is a metal which is uh, of celestial origin. Um,
I was going to say, would it set off his divine sense if he was to trigger it?
who knows?
if only if it's affected by the Hallow spell.
You
It
would
killed a god, I think.
you would recognize it as yeah, this is a metal which is kind of it is not of like Thentos origin. Not particularly common even amongst like celestial use, but it's you would at least recognize it. This is a metal that is used to forge weapons of the gods.
Yeah. Well, I mean that rapier is not from this world.
No.
Where on earth did you come across that?
I think it was given to a friend of ours by the Raven Queen.
That tracks.
I thought he received it from his maker.
Could be. I yeah, I'm not really sure now, but I think the impression I got was that it did come from his maker, but it came from his patron, who, and again, I think the patronage passed on when his maker died. That's when Warforged's bond with the Raven Queen started. That is my opinion, but I don't know if that's true. Drop the ring onto the floor.
Yep.
And then stick the rapier into the ground through it. Not all the way. I'm not trying to even get them to touch, but just enough so that the rapier stands up on its own, because that feels cool.
Yeah.
Someone said that this could kill a god, or this was part of a weapon that killed a god. Think it can kill a god's something connected to a god.
Got to try.
Yeah, maybe. I'll look over at Elwyn. What do you think?
If we have to take down Z, this weapon may be what we need to use.
Is it? Do you think it could destroy this ring?
Ain't the rings, if I remember correctly, they are part of something that has held the god that's been trapped in his place, and he needs these rings to be freed. So if you destroy them, you break one of the seals.
Interesting. They're certainly related to his seals, but I thought he needed them to break the seals. But
I thought they were to break the seals, but if we destroy them, that also breaks the seal, right? That's the impression I got.
I think this one's already been used to break the seal.
The when you were in the Citadel previously, you were told that as long as Harathos was living, the rings were indestructible.
oh well.
Well, yeah, but that's trusting a bunch of
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
annoying angel people, isn't it?
Information is absolutely fallible.
I'll take the rapier back and wrap it back in my bedding.
I'll take the ring back.
So we've got to hide this from the Uniter.
Yeah. There's just something else you've said has concerned me.
What?
And I don't know if we're going to get a chance. You
What?
said when you saw him,
Mm-hmm.
he was on a beach,
Mm.
and it was dusk, right?
Yeah.
Or around then. I don't know if that was the exact word
Yeah.
Sam
it
used.
was it was exactly dusk.
What? How would you describe currently the time? If you were
I
to
would
describe
say-
how the sky looked at the moment, would you potentially use the term "we're at dusk" or close to?
I think it's a little darker. I think the sky I saw was probably maybe an hour
So,
different. from this.
provided that Thentos follows the standard idea of time zones and it being times of day at certain areas around a globe, that means the Uniter is probably in Jakresh,
Oof,
right?
could be.
Or if this
We-
was where he'd been used to break the seal, he is in Ostrashield about to kill the
I
king. to
think
take that.
I see. My thought is he's either coming to Decresh for this, or he's going to Ostril.
I think if you remember what the Furbolgs said, he needed to be stopped from being able to commune with Harathos, right? He hadn't been to see Harathos yet, but he was going to.
Yeah.
And we're pretty sure, considering Kulga has been to see Harathos, we're pretty sure Harathos, the tomb, is underneath Jakresh. Meaning, ergo, Z is in Jakresh right now, about to go to that tomb, and we need to stop them. But we've got one of the rings.
I finally found a map of
Which means we need to find those Furbolgs to find out where Harathos is. Because I get the feeling they know.
If it helps with this discussion in any way, there are no time zones in Thentos.
yeah.
Make of that what you will.
Is Thentos flat? Is that what you're telling me?
No one's ever circumnavigated it, put it that way.
Oh, you bastard.
It's
navigate something which is flat.
I mean, he was on a beach. For me, that puts him somewhere between Shate and Austral, which is in the path to crash. But if he's coming here, then we need to get this ring away.
Don't you remember what the Furbolg said, though? The most important thing is to avoid him getting to contact Harathos.
Isn't it the rings that let him contact Harathos?
No, the physical location where Harathos is. I'm sure that's what they said. They said
Didn't
he
you also
can't
just
be allowed
pray
to go
to-
there.
Could you just pray to your god to find this out?
I mean, that's my plan. As soon as this conversation ends, yeah.
I don't remember them saying that, although I don't really remember what they did say.
The Furbolgs confirmed that Z is gone and that it's incredibly important they are not allowed to come face to face with Harathos. Is what I have written down on notes.
That's fair. But and do we think that Harathos is currently imprisoned in a thing?
Yes.
I kind of assumed that was more. I don't know.
I mean, the story is he's chained underground somewhere.
What's the plan for the time being?
Right.
What
Have a nap.
watches? I think,
Yeah, long rest,
and a long rest.
watches.
And we need to decide where we're going next.
Nice. You guys make camp and take watches, etc.
Yeah.
Cool. Fair enough. A particular, it doesn't really matter too much, I guess, on order of watches, etc. Every individual watches, grouped.
Yeah, one
You need
one
half
person's
sleep,
fine.
so I
One
need
person's
4 hours
fine.
of sleep because I meditate, right?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
I don't. I do need full rest.
I didn't need full rest. So, I mean, I'd say, yeah, I'm one of us is awake at a time.
Yeah, that's cool. That's all good. I'll get everyone to make a perception check for me quick. Just to
Oh, I'm great at
cover
these.
watches.
At least Elwyn's looking.
Yeah, Carl is still not paying any attention.
Oh, Nix is paying attention. It's fine. And John.
I was never paying attention.
I have a feeling that Carl and Arthur might have spent the entire time just staring at each other.
I didn't want to show my hand too much, but I was only waiting for one person's roll because I knew whose watch was going to matter. But they rolled better than anybody else. Nix, whilst you are on watch during the night, as everyone sort of takes their sleep and takes turns, during the night you are awake on your own, on watch, and you spot a movement heading sort of slowly towards your camp. What did you got? You got 23. Fucking hell. You ruin everything. Yeah, you see a movement sort of heading towards your camp. You spot it, Nix, and you immediately recognise Kulgar. But you also, with the success of your perception check, you recognise Kulgar is not walking along the ground. It's more like the body is just sort of about half a foot off the floor and just drifting in your direction towards the camp. You've probably got 40, 50 feet currently.
You're supposed to be dead?
You gonna speak?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
fair.
good way of greeting him. Actually, given that you're an assassin, that makes a lot of sense. So that's how you would react to this.
Hello? Are you going to speak?
Yeah. So you speak out then. What did you say? You said you're supposed to be dead, was it?
Yeah.
Nice. He just continues, sort of, just drifting slightly over the ground in your direction.
Can I wake Arthur up?
Just Arthur.
Yeah, just Arthur.
Sure. And as you do, we'll drop into initiative.
Oh, okay.
Nix. So yeah, you sort of dash over. You can sort of shake at Archer, wake him up. You can still take a turn as well. So it is your turn in initiative. Initiative doesn't have to mean combat, but it just means, measuring actions in time. But, also, you're totally fine to go into combat if you wish.
I don't know. Does he have a sword? Does he have his sword?
No, you can see has the plate armor on that it had previously, but you can't see any weaponry or anything at all. No.
I'll just say stop, because I don't know if you're a spirit or something like that, but just stop. 'Cause we've killed you once, we can take you again.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Cool. It is his turn. Carl, do you still have the ring?
No.
Give it back to Arthur.
No.
Yeah, Arthur's got it. Yeah.
In my pocket.
Nice. Let me just
Multi-dimensional safe pocket.
Yeah, something like that.
Is that right?
No, it's very wrong.
Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, the just drifts forward still in your direction. And just moves straight through Pepper. And through you, Artery, as well. As Nick sort of stirs you up in that moment. As it drifts through you, Arthur, can I get you to make for me?
No. A backup character, yes.
I've just noticed one of the things that it says on the power that the rings might have.
Death Ward.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this ain't Death Ward.
I know this isn't Death Ward, but he didn't use Death Ward.
Correct.
Can I get you to make for me a Dex save at disadvantage?
Dex save? That's probably already at disadvantage, just be honest.
Oh, actually, it might be in your armor, yeah.
No, to be fair, it's not normally, but I was also laying on the ground, so...
Yeah, just drifts forward through Pepper, through you, Arthur. And as drifts past you, you sense as it just grabs the ring. And just literally, as it moves through, just grabs the ring and takes the ring with it as it moves straight through you. And just passes straight through you with the ring in its grasp.
Oh no.
Arthur, it's your turn.
Well, this is unfortunate. This is before our rest is up, isn't it?
Yes.
So I will, because I'm in all plates, this is easily doable. Kind of burst to my feet, charge at it.
Yeah.
It seems to have it went through me, right? It seems to be incorporeal of some type.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm gonna hope that it's not incorporeal enough to avoid my sword. And I will just flash at it. Try and I can see it's got the ring in its hand, or I can see it's holding a ring or holding something, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go straight for the arm that is attached to the hand holding the ring.
Yeah, go for it.
And try and sever that and see if it drops it. Targeting just him. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Roll a thing. And I didn't have any second or third levels, but I will drop a first level smite.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's true. I kind of forgot what spells you guys had left. But yeah.
I'm pretty sure I actually have a second level still, because I think I saved on the whole person, but I'm going to conservatively say I had my 3 first levels, because I spent one of them.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to hack at that arm, and I don't know if that even has any effect as I swing at him.
You swing, and you do some kind of you can almost feel as the radiant damage sort of comes off of your blade, but there's no kind of physical wound, physical damage, and your weapon passes quite easily through.
Well, didn't work the first time. It might work the second. Nope. Oof. I stabbed John.
Wake up.
Nice. Anything else for your bonus actions?
I have those, don't I? I don't know if I actually have. Can I bonus action yell at everyone else? Fuck, he's come back. He's gonna run off with the ring and hope it wakes people up.
Sure. Nyx, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Can I try and run past and grab it from his hand?
You can attempt to if you want to.
Yeah, because he's. Wait, no, where is he? Oh, he's there. Never mind. I thought that was him.
Take your action to try and do it. Yeah, I'll get you to make a. You're just trying to sort of wrestle it out with a grasp, yeah.
Yeah.
Get you to make a strength check.
No, never mind.
Yeah, you dash over in that direction, Nyx, and you grasp at the ring. And again, he almost seems quite unbothered as it's just sort of drifting past with the ring in its grasp. And you can, as you sort of reach out, your hands sort of just move straight through Kulga's hands, but you do grasp the ring and you pull at it, and he just carries on sort of drifting past you. Any bonus
Is that an
actions for you?
action?
That will be your action, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, so I can't do any cool things. Hold on, so I haven't got a rest or anything, right?
No.
Okay. Was that an act? Okay, yeah, sorry. I don't have everything else then.
No, that's cool. That's fair. As Artuir called out, the rest of you start stirring, but you won't get full actions this turn. Kulga, as sort of drifts away, as you jump forward, Nyx, and try to grab it, those of you that are awake or paying attention currently, so Arthur and Nyx with good sight, the rest of you sort of coming to and sort of turning over in that direction. you see as Kolgar, almost the body, the visage, almost the sort of shimmers slightly, as its ethereal nature takes it out of the material plane and into the inferior plane. You can see him still, but it almost looks slightly less real. Nyx, whereas previously you could just see him floating towards you, now it's almost like you can see him, but you can almost sort of see through him. There's like a transparency to it. And he just carries on in that direction, just moving away. Archer, do you want an opportunity attack?
Of course he does.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I was muted. I would certainly try and hit him, but going by what's on that spell there, or the action, it does nothing.
You instinctively swing, and again, whereas previously your blade went through the body, but you could feel the radiant sort of damage come off it, this time you swing through and you get a nice clean sweep just through the torso, but there's no sort of physical contact, and there is no sense of radiant damage at all this time. And this body just keeps drifting away from you. The rest of you at this point come to consciousness, wake up. How does everyone want to react? This Kulga just keeps moving in a western direction.
Is the ring visible?
Not anymore.
Get with him.
Well, I guess the first thing to shout is what the fuck is going on.
I went to get a glass of water. What happened?
During the watch, Nyx.
Oh no, sorry. I did the Cougar thing, and then last thing I knew, Archer made a mistake, mishit.
Okay. On Nyx's next turn, Nyx tried to wrestle the ring off of Kulgar, but didn't roll particularly well on a strength check. And then on Kulgar's turn, it moved into the ethereal plane and out of the material plane.
With the ring.
Yes, you can all see Kulgar still, but there's like a transparency. Arteria took an opportunity attack, and the blade just went straight through the torso with no contact, no radiant damage, nothing.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah.
I wonder if I have any spells that I can interact with the ethereal plane. In which case, if I do, I need to have somehow have like a quick nap. What is that? To prepare them.
Carl will grab the greatsword and start sprinting.
Yeah, and any of you, no matter what you're doing at this point, like this Kulga keeps moving, seems absolutely unaware or uninterested in you at all. You can dash after Carl. You sort of dash after the greatsword, swing it down, and almost just sort of stumble as you go, expecting to get the contact, and just sort of go straight through. It seems again just reacts in no way and continues moving. If you guys want to follow and keep pace, you're going to have to start moving pretty swiftly. Unless anybody happens to have anything up their sleeves, I guess, yeah. No, it's not getting faster. If anything, it's at a relatively comfortable pace. It's more the fact that it isn't stopping or waiting for you.
I mean, Carl is going to be shouting, "Stop it! How do we stop it?"
Yeah. Any magic users got anything up their sleeves, or if not, are you guys giving chase, or?
I think.
Can I throw a guiding bolt at it to see if a magic spell works?
Yeah, you shoot the bolt out, and it just passes straight through.
Can I get within 60 feet of him and pop a divine sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Celestial Fiend Undead. Is he one of the three?
You get no reading at all.
So he's not undead.
can't affect or be affected by anything on the other plane.
Okay, right, yeah.
You guys had
So
a chance, and if I'm allowed to say, I would suggest your guard was quite slow to react.
Bam, bam. Right.
Yeah, I mean, you guys want to keep up pace with this, or
For now, I don't see that Carl's really got an option.
that's cool. Yeah, you guys follow through this sort of early morning and through most of the morning. It can just continues. It moves, never stops, never slows, never reacts to anything around it. There might be a few times where as you catch up, you try to take chances with weaponry or anything like that. Nothing seems to get a direct.
I will.
Any kind of result.
I know it won't work. I'm pretty sure I had a couple of first level spells left. I will attempt to put a shield. To use shield. I know shield's not going to work, but it feels like a thing I might try.
Yeah.
To try and stop it with the only bit of magic that I've got.
Yeah, I guess the question at this point is: do you plan to just keep following?
Carl does.
How fast is this person moving?
At a really comfortable walking pace. There's no sense of urgency to this at all. If you wanted to just walk alongside and follow, you'd be at no kind of, it doesn't stop or rest from what you've seen so far. But you're not having to like do anything particular to keep up. You can walk alongside it quite comfortably.
It'd be great if you could give that figure in feet per 6 seconds.
30.
Would whales from the grave?
Yeah, I'm in the mood for that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cormac, what'd you say?
I was going to say, would whales from the grave do anything to it?
Only if you sneak attack something else first. Whales from the
Can I
grave.
sneak attack myself?
Probably not. No.
What does Words to Graves do? How can it work?
If you sneak attack someone, and then it can also do damage to something else.
When you get sneak attack, you can also do that sneak attack damage to a second creature within 30 feet.
Yeah, but it's in the ethereal plane, so surely that doesn't count.
I think there's absolutely fuck all we can do against this guy. But my thought is, he might have to come back out the ethereal plane at some
Can't
point.
be affected by anything on the other plane.
And I assume none of us have any great abilities we're hiding that allow us to slip into the ethereal plane.
I'm just checking. I don't think so.
If I had my Misty Step, I would attempt to Misty Step through him. But I know it wouldn't work. But it feels like Misty Step might.
I mean, you guys have plenty of time over this next sort of 4, 5, 6 hours that you've been following. You can try all these different things. Without much.
I mean, I'm kind of assuming that I'm going to have trouble preparing any spells.
Well, yeah, we're not going to have got a long rest.
Would
I?
I was going to say, would I be able to slip into the bushes?
Slip into the bushes?
Is there like bushes beside us, and then go in front of him? Then is he giving me the ring?
And what? Sorry.
To come out as Z, and then ask him for the ring.
Yeah, you can do it if you want. It has no reaction to anything you do, say, anything. It seems entirely uninterested in your, without being offensive, existence.
No, I don't mind them.
And is it practical that after about 2 minutes of discovering that we can't stop it, that Carl says to Jean and Nix, go and get our stuff from the campfire?
How much stuff do people have?
A pack.
I mean, I'm carrying everything I have.
I'm kind of assuming I didn't pick up most of it.
I guess I can try, but I'm a bit worried it takes too long to pick everything up.
You go at the pace it's sort of moving. You guys have enough time to clear up your camp and stuff and grab stuff up.
Okay.
I'll
Fine.
get
Do
people
that
to do that because I would appreciate that. Other than that, we're just following it until we drop from exhaustion, or
I was able to find your spell slots you had from last time, by the way, so I am like setting that to where it was,
Oh, cool.
including
I couldn't
one
remember
extra
if-
you spent.
I also
I couldn't
seem to have
remember
lost-
if I kept a third or a second level. I feel like it was a third because Revivify, but
And I seem to have lost a couple of cantrips. Not that I had them. Obviously, I was not prepared, but they've disappeared off my list. But it's not important. Mending and something.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so you guys are just going to carry on following, yeah? Okay, cool. Yeah, you follow through until sunset. You spend a whole day just tracking and following this, what is clearly at this point a ghost, some kind of ethereal being. You're faced with a choice at this point to make camp, slow down and stop, or to carry on following. But you are most of you had at least some amount of rest, but if you keep pressing forwards, you are going to start risking some kind of exhaustion.
I don't want to lose this thing. I don't want to lose the ring, and also I don't want to miss where this guy is leading us. There is a sneaking suspicion in my head that he is going to, if we keep following him, he will lead us to where Harathos is.
Yeah.
Or where the Uniter is.
I'll get everyone to make a con save for me.
We're walking in a group,
sorry,
right?
actually, hang on. That should be a con check.
Is it con check? I was about to say everyone should get a bonus, but nope.
Oh yeah, you get bonuses, don't you?
I do give bonuses to everyone. But whatever.
Oh dear, that was rubbish. Wait a second. Oh, my dice is 16, which feels good, but it wasn't 16, it was still knocked.
Oh.
Oh, can you hear the hoover, by the way?
No?
No, okay, good. I heard the hoovering downstairs, but on my work computer, the dog was barking earlier, and my colleagues could hear it. I didn't know that, but I think it says noise cancelling that turned on, so it's not disturbing you.
Yeah, as you all choose to push on, Elwyn, you suffer a level of exhaustion. But the rest of you are alright as you carry on pushing on.
I only need 4 hours sleep.
That's a fair point actually. To be Elwyn, you would have got a full day's sleep earlier, so you can skip this one. You're fine. Yeah, you follow for an additional 24 hours. This thing does not pause, does not give up. You move through terrain. A couple of times you come across some random small groups of orcs, and you're able, in small numbers, you're able to dispatch them pretty quickly while still keeping pace and keeping eye on Kulga.
We've
I will
lost
take
this.
another con check on everyone quick.
I'm not sure. I'm going to try to press it again. Okay. I don't know whether it's my internet, but it's being a bit slow on the a bit inconsistent on when I click the buttons tonight.
Let's go. Elwyn, the Warg, and Pepper suffer exhaustion at the end of this. So at this point, you've been following for about somewhere between 36 and 40 hours. And you keep pushing on. I'm gonna at this point I'm gonna make the assumption you guys are just gonna keep pushing on and follow this thing as much as you can, yeah?
Yeah.
I think we have to.
Yeah, agreed. Cool. Through a mix of ingenuity, survival skills and knowledge, and the tracking as a group, you're able to come up with a system of allowing some rest and leaving a trail behind for the members of the party that rest, and essentially tag teaming in and out of keeping up pace with this creature. As this travel goes on day after day.
Thinking about it, Owen, can we have some horses?
Yeah. Also, Sam, my guiding bolt user wasn't one of my level spells. It was an initiative spell, so it would have been not that one that went off.
Yeah, that's cool. That's fine. Yeah, you follow for days at this point, keeping up with this. As I say, this sort of tag team effort of leading tracks behind, whilst part of the group stops to take a rest. The rest of them continue following Kulgar, leaving a trail behind where the other group can catch up and essentially swap out at that point for you to alternate into resting yourselves. The mood and the general sort of atmosphere around the party is tense, desperate, stressed. As you just continue following. At this point, you have been following for 10 days. When you Elwyn, you recognise you pass through one of the large forests on the western borders of Jakrash. And into Faljarel, sorry, not Faljarel, the Chelkian Empire, the Dwarven area of the continent. And again, this creature keeps up its pace even as it moves from one land into another. You guys, I'm without assuming, I assume you guys are just going to keep going until something changes, yeah?
I mean, let's have a little, because as we're walking, we've got time, we can talk.
You've got plenty of time.
Yes. We can't stop him. Is he just walking to meet the Uniter? Because if he is, I think it's suicide.
Where's the other ring?
The
In the
Sunny-
in the Citadel.
We left it there, didn't we? Yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's suicide.
I think we need to know where he's going.
I think it's suicide as well. I think even if we get there and then we just go there to get attacked and died is not a good option.
Is it so? The question is it worth following?
I mean, that was probably a question we should have asked 10 days ago if we're going to start asking that question.
I'm thinking if we start asking that, we can possibly ask the DM to wind it back 9 days. But yeah, I mean that's the we're already exhausted. We're going to get more exhausted.
I feel like lessons learned. We just won't have one on watch anymore. We'll leave 2 people at a time.
I say for what it's worth, everyone's got a long rest at this point anyway. Because with this, like I say, with this sort of tag team system,
So we can theoretically still follow then.
I think so.
yeah. You guys are able between the sort of two groups. You can leave trails and tracks, so one part of the group can rest while the others keep up on following him.
Has there been any chance at any point for us to get a wagon?
I mean, you've just been moving through the wilds of Jakrash. You've not come across any kind of civilized,
The Warg would like a long rest if he could. Don't appear to be able to do. Oh, maybe actually, if I open the character sheet.
I have given him a long rest.
Oh, you have. Yeah, excellent. He feels much better. Um. Shit.
I guess we
Which
just
way are
find
we?
out.
So yeah, we've headed into
We've just crossed the border into Chalk.
yeah.
It's a Chalkian Empire. So we are somewhere along that line that goes kind of downwards from
Below Traven.
Craven to the sea.
Traven, yeah.
Craven, whatever.
And
it
we're
is.
heading towards Austral. As in, are we heading straight towards the top of those mountains, or are we heading down towards where the water is?
Hard to tell on a smaller level. It feels that in general like you are heading in a sort of southwesterly direction.
Oh, for fuck's sake. So yeah, Carl is of the opinion that we should stop.
I feel like we should follow if we're getting our rests in. I think we need to find the destination.
I agree with Elwyn.
Okay.
Maybe we won't go as close, but try and stay a distance. So
So where do you think we are? Sorry.
We are about halfway from the centre of. Well, we're basically somewhere near where the three Austral, Jakresh, and the other place.
could it be awkward if we have like the big world map up on the screen?
I don't know if I have it on here. To
If
be honest.
if you go to Legend Keeper,
Roughly here, yeah. But surely that's
Yeah.
Where were we? That's we can't be there, right? Because
We're coming out of the other end of the forest, basically.
we haven't been traveling that long, and we were.
We've been
13
travelling.
days.
We've been travelling 10 days.
Have we? Sorry, I missed that part. That we're traveling 10 days.
Yeah, we've travelled. Walked for 10 days.
Okay, somehow I missed the part we're walking for 10 days. I might have heard 10 hours.
yeah, no,
Okay, fine. All right. Yeah, awesome. No, I can buy that. I know where we are now. Yeah.
Let's edit the page for roughly here. I can't. What a load of bollocks.
Yeah. If you go upwards, that forest at the top there was where Elwyn was from.
The other forest.
Yeah, the other forest.
Well, I guess these guys have spoken. We're going to keep following till.
I think we have to.
Yeah, we've spent 10 days following now.
And also, Sam, much as I like the warg,
yeah.
I would think it would be reasonable if he decided he wasn't going to follow us anymore. It's up to I thought that might happen.
Oh,
It was good while it lasted.
I've got no actual way of talking to it, and
I can talk to it.
You could talk to it. Well, that's what kept it around this long. But there's going to get a point where he's not killing anything, and he's going to get bored.
It's thirsty, yeah. You guys are happy? Just keep going then, yeah. Or I know there's
Happy's a strong word.
Yeah. Resigned to.
Yeah, I keep looking at my. Actually, let's look at my spell book. That is my spell book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess I can cast Misty Step twice. Yeah, just to check. Either Sam or Jake. I have Misty Step as part of a feat.
Mm-hmm.
My L touched by Fey. I'm Fey touched, I think. But I believe I read somewhere that I can cast it. It's a second level spell, so I can also use my second level spell slots to use it again. Is that correct, or am I making that up?
Off the top of my head, I'm not certain, but I will find out.
I believe correct. If you read the Fey Touched Feat, it should
Yeah,
say
that's
at the
what-
bottom, these
that's what-
can also be cast using spell slots or something silly like
Yeah,
that.
I'm pretty sure that is what I read, and I couldn't find it. So yeah, Fey Touched Feet.
You get one use out of it from Fey Touch, and then I think it says on there. I can do a Google, I'll find out.
So I've got it. I've got Fey Touch.
Oh yeah, it is on the sheet. Yeah, you can also cast it using spell slots. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so unfortunately, 3 Misty Steps is not going to take the effort out of the walking under positioning. But I will at some point attempt to Misty Step through it, but it's obviously not going to work. But
Yeah, that's cool.
What happens with the Fey area? Is it like a spirit area, or is it like an undead bit?
With what? Sorry.
The Fey bit where the ghost guy is walking
Oh,
through.
the ethereal plane.
Yeah.
It's another plane of existence. You can see it while it's on the ethereal plane, but unless you've got some way of accessing the ethereal plane, you've got no way of interacting with him.
So it's not like to do with spirits and stuff like that.
No, it's literally to do with spirits. Yeah, that's where spirits reside.
Oh.
Spirits and things like that would have the ability to make themselves, interact on the material plane.
Oh, I can cast Bestial Spirit if I put it on there after a rest.
that's
Yeah.
and that can affect.
No, sorry. When we're talking about spirits, I thought you were talking about like, things like ghosts, basically. Like unless you've got a spell specifically says you can do something into another plane, then no, it's not going to help.
But if you try to talk to Eleanor, she might be able to help you out.
I was just wondering if we
Raven Queen.
if we killed ourselves, but seems a bit extreme. That's better.
Well, as long as it's not our tier, we could try that technique out. Because our tar can do a revive, right?
I am not wasting my one and only diamond so that you can attempt to kill yourself to try and punch a ghost.
I think that's fair.
Owen is up for doing that.
Party pooper.
Look, all I'm saying is you can do the first part of the plan where you attempt to punch the ghost by dying. I'm not promising I will then spend my diamond bringing you back.
What if I have something more valuable than a diamond?
What do you have?
I've got an emerald.
How much is it worth?
1,000 gold.
Where the bloody hell did you get that from?
Owen is not a grave robber.
Elwyn is not a grave robber. That sounds like something a grave robber would say.
I've also got a couple hundred ones. I've got a few 50 gold ones.
Oh my god. That's mental. Okay.
I had some more, but I'm sure I gave them to Carl when he needed to cast some spells.
I think we need to cash those in at some point. And buy some diamonds in case you lot start getting killed.
So are we gonna try killing one of me off, and I can fight an orc in a death
Well,
round?
I don't think that's how it works. From what I can tell, and obviously I don't have a massive knowledge of it, but the ethereal plane is where spirits go when someone's died, but it's like the in-between. So if you die, your spirit passes on to the Raven Queen's domain, is, I believe, the theory.
Sure,
so-
she owes me a favour.
The only
That's why
people
I'm
that
religious,
float
man.
the only people that float around in the ethereal plane are those that somehow circumvent or dodge the Raven Queen's grasp, right? The natural order of things. If you were to just die, you would follow the natural order of things and pass through the ethereal plane onto wherever spirits go when they've died.
And I pray to the Raven Queen and ask if she would let me die to be revived to kill this orc that's breaking her natural order.
You can attempt to, but I mean, you've got you've got no ties to the Raven Queen personally, right? Like, I know you have had relations, but you are
Talk to
not like a follower or.
That was definitely you can certainly try.
You certainly try, but it won't work. one of the nights, obviously, I know we're resting every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
One or two, maybe even every night, pretty much at this point. Artuit is going to attempt to commune with Lathander, if possible, to try and see if there's something he's missing, or if there's an answer to this problem that Lathander can help with. I don't know how. I mean, I don't know how likely that is even to have any contact with the essence of Lathander, but
You don't get direct communication, but obviously when you were at the Citadel last time, the Morning Lord at the time made it quite clear that you had failed in your tasks at that point. There was quite a heavy sense of disappointment. That weight weighs even heavier on your shoulders at this point.
there's nothing I can do unless I'm being really blind.
I can see nothing that would.
I mean, yeah, I can't think of anything that I can do.
No?
Literally, I mean, from Carl's point of view, literally as each day goes, Carl is getting less and less communicative and more just robotic.
Oh, because he's had no alcohol.
That is true.
Okay. Yeah, you continue following for another 8 days. You head into sort of deep forests and keep heading in this sort of southwesterly direction. On the morning of the 8th day of your travels across this area, shortly after sunrise on that 8th day, or 18th day of this entire sort of trek, you reach where the forests of Chalk reach the sea and the coast. You can certainly get your boots wet and some of your clothing wet following, but there is clearly a limit at this point of your abilities to follow, as this spirit which you have been following just carries on entirely unaware, uninterested in you, and starts drifting outwards over the sea in a southwesterly direction.
Obviously going to the Blacklands.
Oh,
Or actually, possibly not. Possibly going to a different continent. But I suspect the Blacklands.
Yeah.
And on this 18th morning of your trek to follow this creature, I guess the question now becomes, how can any of you swim?
I am a human, not human, submarine. Let's go.
I probably can swim. But I don't think I
I'm
can swim
pretty
towards the
sure
Blacklands.
I am a druid, correct? I can world shape.
How long can you stay in your wild-shaped form?
I mean, for what it's worth, my question of can you swim might not have been entirely serious, but if you have a plan, then by all means.
I was thinking, can we summon a whale and sit on its back? But I don't think we can do that.
Oh shit, we can.
I mean, I feel like this is very much a very clear stop fucking following this guy. But
I agree.
the question then remains, how the fuck do we get to the Blacklands, and where the fuck do we go when we get there?
Yeah, boat.
From where? I don't know anything along the south coast of
There's going
Austria.
to be a town one way or the other.
I can summon it for a total of 24 hours.
And then what happens?
I
We
will
sink.
need 8 hours sleep.
If you only got one use of that, then.
I've got 3 uses of it, so that's why it's 8 hours each time.
Oh, you get 8 hours each time, okay.
How fast are you moving across the water?
Just that same pace.
Same pace. How fast can your whatever animal navigate the water?
40 feet.
We could get there maybe faster, but I don't know how far it is. It's probably not a day's travel, is it? At
It's
40 foot.
about-
It's
It's about,
about
the same
a
distance
month.
we travelled.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Do we
Yeah,
have
pretty much.
a map of some sort, Sam?
Yeah, I'm sure one of you probably has a map. Yeah, I think that's entirely.
I can make maps.
Oh, that's handy. Using that skill, can you work out which direction he's going so that we can? Because then we've got, even if it takes a week for him to cross the water,
Well, it'd be longer, wouldn't it?
might be.
How long have you been walking for? We've been walking for
18
The-
days.
18
The star
days.
map thing, I think we mentioned this before. It doesn't allow you to create maps. You have
No,
a map.
it's-
You have a map of the stars.
Yeah. I think it's going to take him 18 days to get there, looking at the map that I'm looking at, which is...
Yeah. It's
So
about
we've
that.
got
yeah.
18 days to figure this shit out. And get to the Badlands.
I mean,
Mini Badlands.
what do we reckon from here? 15 days from Griffinsteel?
Yeah, maybe a bit less. But yeah, but why go to Griffinsteel? There must be. We're going left or right along the coast. There's going to be a town.
Oh yeah. There's absolutely towns. Yeah.
Yeah, we just need. Wait there. Didn't we have a town where we had a boat that went there before, and didn't we have a little notebook that had the
That was
direction?
We could
That was
head
the
back
north.
to Hailing
That's
Cove. Yeah.
Hailing Cove. That's right at the north of that left-hand kind of strut of Austral. Hailing
I
Cove's
think-
at the north.
Yeah, I
of it.
think we just go across the coast and try and find a town with docks and buy a boat, steal a boat.
Yeah, I agree.
I like how
If only-
Santa there's going to be downtime.
Well, that. Yeah. I mean, I suspected you would be returning to somewhere in Griffinsteel on foot. I didn't. To be honest, like, I mean, if it hadn't been for Artuir's, well, if I don't want to start arguments. If it hadn't been for Nick's not doing a lot and Artuir crit missing, I mean, the Kulga's ghost had like 3 hit points left before Artuir's
Yeah.
crit miss. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought your downtime would be more travelling rather than having to quite desperately keep up with this thing, yeah.
I mean, I assume at no point in the 18 days it has gone non-ethereal, right?
No.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, either we give this up and we head to Griffinsteel, which is the only other place we know of that has a ring, assuming Griffinsteel's still there.
God knows. We also, I know you guys buried that,
Buried what?
the brass ring.
Or do you think that was the same thing?
I think you'll find you worked out that those were the same as portals that Elwyn had seen be used to go to and from the Blacklands, right?
Oh,
That was
Yeah.
true.
Right?
that is-
They are portals. I don't know that as Artuir.
Mm.
Jake
Um,
knows that.
So Elwyn knows that. Then Yeah, Carl knows that apparently.
But you did bury it under the archives.
Well, I wasn't thinking about that ring. I was thinking about the
ring that we know the Emperor has.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figure he's not going to give it up too easily.
I feel like that me and Carl are the last people they want to see in Griffsteel right now.
I feel like they don't get a choice.
I'm kind of expecting that we get to the hill above Griffinsteel. Not there were hills around it, and it's on fire, and there's a dragon sat in the middle.
I think go for both for backlands. That's my vote, but I will do whatever the group wants.
So we're just going to chase this ring down. Yeah.
So you guys are heading to Griffinsteel, or you're going to head along the coast looking for a town?
We're going to head along the coast looking for a town.
Well, which way? Like, do we go into Austria where magic is banned, or into the Shalkin Empire, which I know nothing about?
Is that the dwarfs?
Yeah.
Hardworking.
I think maybe go more dwarf way than Griffinsteel way.
Magic might be legal there, but I don't know anything else about it.
Do they have any boats? That's literally the only thing I care about.
They ship things from the Chalkian Empire to Griffinsteel, so I assume that means they have boats.
That's fine then. Let's go that way. And it's well, it's not really Venera. Yeah, let's
start heading along the coast. Fair.
Into uncharted territory, I assume, quite literally.
We're going to go and see some dwarfs.
Yeah, don't get excited. They're not like Tolkien's dwarves. They're like dwarves in The Witcher. It says so in there.
It does say it on there.
I've watched The Witcher 2 seasons, and I still don't know what that means.
I've watched the first season, and I can't remember what they were like.
They're not just tiny people with beards.
Are they bigger?
Yes.
That's very much an out of character note I left in there from very early on. Basically, it's not the really like cliche version of dwarfs. Yeah,
they don't all live in holes in the ground and stuff.
Are they all Scottish?
Yeah. Sam's only got so many accents.
Yeah, you start traveling along the coastline. Travel for just over a day. Before you come across a small port, a town named Pran. This is a by Dwarven standards a relatively small town. Not one of the a lot of the dwarven cities in Chalk are actually, they have very little actual overground presence, and they're almost exclusively underground. There tends to be like a small sort of homestead, not homestead, but like there's a small amount above land, and the rest of it sort of goes deep in underground into their sort of mines. However, this one's a little more established above ground. There is a sort of port. You can see it's not the busiest port town you've ever been to, but there are some sort of boats nearby and out to sea. Yeah, the town seems pretty lively, pretty active. But anyone you sort of encounter is pretty much exclusively dwarven, and there is quite a sense of just a general sort of rushness, I guess, or importance. Nobody seems to sort of stop to make small talk. They're quite sort of busy as they sort of go about their business. It's relatively nobody seems to be particularly unwelcoming to you. A few sort of dwarves, as they sort of head past you, sort of nod in your direction and kind of acknowledge your presence. I guess, yeah. I mean, what do you want to do? You guys want to head straight to docks? Do you want to sort of, look for some kind of officials, or?
Want to steal a boat or hire a boat?
I guess inquire about hiring it first. We might as well. And if we can't afford it, we'll steal it.
So, okay.
Yeah, if you can sort of head down to the sort of dock area of the town. There's a few. You can see there's a few sort of boats docked currently, and there is a building which has a small sort of wooden sign just hanging off the front, which is marked as the Harbour Masters. As you enter, there is a dwarf stands about 5 feet in height on the taller end for dwarves. And he's actually sat behind a desk, and you can see he's currently looking over what looks to be maps of the sea. You can see there's a few pencil sort of marks where it looks like they're marking sort of potential journeys and trips and expeditions. As you enter, he actually looks up and quite quickly introduces himself. Tells you, "My name's Mordor. What's it you need?"
What language does he start talking to us in?
He speaks initially in Dwarvish.
Oh.
I can speak Dwarvish.
Ooh.
I can't.
Well,
I
I'm just going
don't.
to check I can. I'm pretty sure I can.
I cannot.
Paul speaks Dwarvish.
I speak Dwarvish.
Bloody hell, look at you go.
I think I speak Elvish as well. Yeah, I do. Dwarvish. We want to hire a boat. Fast boat.
And where are you going?
Looks round at everyone. The Blacklands?
You can see he sort of he actually coughs a little bit and almost sort of covers his mouth up and says, "Oh, the Blacklands. You'll be lucky to find any captain here that wants to take you there. What's your business?"
Want to get to the Blacklands. So, is there a captain that's stupid enough?
And he sort of nods in your direction. He goes, "Okay, no questions asked. There might be a captain I can think of who'd be happy to help, but these kinds of off the record types of journeys, they don't come cheap. Especially when you're wanting to go somewhere like that. If you don't mind me saying, speaking of off the record," and he points over to one of the walls of this building, and you can see there's actually there is some there's a few sort of notes. There's almost like a sort of notice board, and there is a wanted poster with Austria on, with a pretty decent likeness of Elwyn and Carl on there.
Oh.
Oh, look at so he's looked over at that.
He just sort of points over it at it to you. Yeah.
I look over it and go, handsome fellas, but I don't think we've seen them. And I'll click my fingers and firebolt that note.
This is where it starts. Just casually throwing the firebolts around, and all of a sudden, you'll be selling your soul to Arathos.
Yeah. And you can see he sort of as you do it, he sort of sits back a little from the desk, and he says, "Off the record it is then. Maybe it's best we find you a captain and get you out of here swiftly as possible." He sort of jumps off the chair onto the ground, sort of walks out of the. He sort of walks past the wall, and as he does, he sort of just pats down the notice board where there's a little bit of smoulder, and just sort of pats it down. Just heads out the front and leads you down onto some of the jetties in the port. And you walk past some nothing here is particularly sort of ship of the line status, but you go past a few quite sort of decent looking, well maintained, quite swift looking, sort of look like merchant ships. You go past 3 or 4 of these until you get down to one of the quieter sort of jetties towards the end. There is a boat here, smaller than those other ones, looking a little worse for wear. Kind of looks like it's one bad storm away from being at the bottom of the ocean. It's not the finest of ships. And as you sort of are led up towards it, the this dwarf calls out actually, and he shouts out. He calls. Oh, Jesus Christ! Where are my notes? Hang on, we might have gone to an entirely different place than where I thought we were going, but that's
I did think that might be the case. Just make it up.
Perfect.
His name's Steve.
Yeah, of course it is. Calls out. Mispira! And there's you hear a little bit of movement sort of below deck of this ship. And a tall, 6-foot-ish, red-skinned female tiefling walks up onto the deck, looks over in your direction, this dwarf, he calls over. He says, "These folks here, they're looking to go to the Blacklands and to be somewhat discreet about it. And if you don't mind me saying, they were rather forceful with their request." And he quite quickly sort of steps back. He says, I'll leave you to deal with the captain, but don't be staying in town too long, will ya?" This female tiefling walks over to the edge of the deck and just sort of hops over onto the pier itself, onto the jetty. She sort of looks the group of you up and down, and then she spits some what looks like sort of chewing tobacco down onto the wooden deck. Then just extends her hand out to you and says, "Name's Mispira. It's not the finest of rides, but if you want to go somewhere discreetly and quickly, then this is the ship for you."
I'll look over at Jean. You know about ships.
Oh no, don't know much about ships, but what I can say is I can have a look at it and make sure if there's any obvious problems I can fix them up before we head on out, if you like. Don't mind. If that make you feel better on that.
There's no problems with Dainty at all. She's in good condition. She may not be a looker, but she's solid. If you... So go on.
All the same, if my my associates, shall we say here, would like me to have a look around, I don't mind. I'm quite handy with the old tools.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome to have a look round. That's not a problem.
I look to Carl, see whether he wants me to do it or not.
Yeah, go for it. How,
Yeah,
how
Should we
quickly can you
should we agree a price on how much it's going to cost us to cross before we start working on their boat for free?
how quickly can you get us across to the Blacklands?
Or if that's workable, we may get a cheaper price.
She sort of hears as you discuss this. She looks and she says to you, so you're looking for speed and something discreet.
Speed.
Any of you been to the Blacklands before? Do you know what you're getting yourselves in for?
Look around at the group
It was worse in my day in that area.
and then look at her and say, "Do we look like we're worried about that?"
Fair enough. My job isn't to nurse you. It's just to get you there, I suppose. And if you don't mind me asking, I know you said off the record, but no, that's fine. That's fine.
Oh.
How
So-
quickly can you get us there? When can you set sail?
Dainty's ready. We can set sail as soon as you're ready. And get in there. We can be there in 4 days. Maybe less if the winds are kind.
That's good enough for me.
That'd be a major head start.
Cole will pick up his pack and start walking towards the boat.
Yeah, I'll start looking it over, and I will, with mending and other things, not hesitate to fix things that I think are not seaworthy.
Yeah, that's cool.
Or even things where I think I can improve it, add a bit of technology here and there, what have you.
Yeah, definitely. It's not a wreck, but there's plenty of room for you to tinker and make some improvements for sure. Yeah, absolutely. She does ask. She says to you, "This is a one-way trip, or you expecting me to wait?"
Wait a week. After that,
As soon as you say, you can see from the sort of raising of the eyebrows that feels like a big request.
drop us off. That's all we need.
How did I get back from there when I went there, Sam?
Boat, I presume.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm guessing I got there by boat as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
yeah, this feels like the next party's problem to me. Getting back.
I think we just try. Oh. We just try to find some of those little rings I found and maybe go and find some carbanoids.
Indeed, but again, we'd discuss it. I mean, Carl's thinking that we might talk to her when we're on the boat. We're going to be on the boat for 4 days, 3 days at least. We can. I'm sort of walking up to the boat. I will take a platinum piece from my pouch.
Mm-hmm.
And I will flip it over to her. What was her name again? Sorry, Misty, Miss Pira, Miss
Spira.
Miss Pira. I'll flip it over to Miss Pira and say, hopefully that will cover rations.
That will cover your rations, but for a trip like this, I'd normally ask payment up front. $600 gold?
How many people are we in our party?
I have 100. Well, I have 150.
Remind me what platinum pieces to gold?
10.
10.
So that's 310. I've got 310 then.
Wait, why do I have 756? I don't know I've got so much.
You're rich.
But I don't know why. I shouldn't be.
Well, you are royalty, remember?
Yeah.
Well, only rumours. Never been proved. And I think
We-
it's just the other boys in the orphanage were just bullying me anyway about that. Don't believe it, me. Her name is Miss Pira, as in one word, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, yeah. John is going to call her Miss Pira
Yeah.
all the time, unintentionally, unless she corrects him.
So she said 600. Carl, having got out the pouch with the platinum in, to take one out to give to her, kind of looks at the rest of it, weighs it a bit, and I'll chuck it at her.
Mhm.
Half now. The other half when we see land.
She nods. Sounds like we got ourselves a deal.
I will remove my platinum pieces. He needs money.
How soon do you want to be leaving?
Now?
Yeah, I need 40 minutes, and we can be going.
We're midday, right? Is it currently?
Yeah.
Could
40
we?
minutes.
I mean, all I'm going to say, we have not slept in a proper bed for nearly 3 weeks.
Hammock will feel great then.
Yeah.
Well, are we not better off having the rest of the day to go round? I assume there's shops. Check we've got everything we need. Rest properly for the night and set off first thing in the morning.
What? So give him another 12.
12 hours.
18
We've
hours
just
leave.
worked out it's going to take them 18 days to cross the sea at that rate, and we're going to do it in 4.
Haven't we been some time walking here as well?
Took us an hour. Took us a day and a bit. So it's been.
So currently, they're approximately 17 days from land. If we set off in the morning, they're 16 and a half. By the time we get there, they've still got 12 and a half days of travel, supposedly, if they keep at the same pace before they make land.
A shopping trip could be a good idea, just to get a
Can
little
be.
bit.
I can be persuaded of that if Elwyn can confirm using his starry map powers
Yeah, I will confirm it.
that at 30 feet per round,
Yeah.
the guy is going to take longer than 10
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Can I roughly work out whereabouts on the coast here be possibly getting?
No. Exactly work out. Like this roughly. Don't give Sam an option.
By roughly means I'm good at swamps and forests. Sea is not on my explorer list.
Roughly's within 30. Well, he's not. He's just going to straight line, isn't it? But yeah.
You can make a survival check.
I can send out some creatures to.
That looks like a survival check.
It's alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, you assuming there is no deviation or anything like that, you're I'm getting much use out of this roughly hairpin. Yeah, you can get a pretty good idea of where it would be making land.
Okay.
You want to spend a day?
Yeah.
I don't even massively care about spending the night, but a chance to actually just stop
Maybe a
for,
nice hot wheel as well.
for 4 hours to go pick up supplies that we need, have a hot meal, sit down in an actual seat for an hour or so, and then set off. We don't have to stay here overnight, because the harbour master did say probably best we're out of here.
There's a very good chance that if we do this, I'm just going to run away forever. And go back under my bed and stay there till the apocalypse.
Yeah. If you So is that if we stop moving?
Yeah.
Well, I'll drag you around with me to the shops. Then, John.
I can think of a way to keep you busy till the boat leaves. Yeah, I'm happy whenever. When does Mispa say would be the best time to leave for bestest tides or whatever?
She seems pretty open. Like her and Dainty can make the most of pretty much any sort of tides. When you're ready to go, she's ready to go.
We can see if we can get any decent items we may need, like some bullets, arrows,
Potions.
I'll
ask Mispira that. I'll say, is there anywhere in town we could go to pick up maybe potions, anything like that?
Yeah.
Magic items.
You don't think I'm falling down that hole again? Yeah.
Is there a magic item shop we could go rob?
Absolutely not. But yeah, I mean, in terms of potions and stuff, yeah, she tells you it's a relatively busy port town. There's pretty good access to a lot of equipment, etc. Yeah, anything you guys need.
Oh yeah, we're at the docks, aren't we? This is the place. I'll go ask the nearest person how much to buy a Warple longsword.
They're well known at the docks.
That's where you get them from. That's my entire D&D knowledge is that you get Warple longswords from people at the docks. Yeah, I mean, I would like to track down a potion shop and maybe we pool our resources and pick up some more potions.
So the choice, yeah. I'm happy to leave.
I don't know how much money we've actually got between us.
Someone talked about having a gem.
Yeah, someone has 1,000 gold piece value gem and some smaller gems that maybe.
Someone might have 3,000 gold on them, but they're just being quiet about it because it's their gold.
You have 3,000 gold.
No, he doesn't. He just said.
No, I don't. I said someone might have.
Yeah, someone might have. Yeah.
It's not very D&D party of you, is it? Just to keep the money set quiet.
Do you actually have that much money? Because that's amazing.
How much money has my character spent during the whole campaign, Sam, on items?
You bought silver arrows.
That is it. But I also robbed some graves.
I mean, you certainly don't have as much money as you just said you did. Put that way.
I've got 168 platinum and I've got 1,000 gold, right?
Yeah,
1,000 gold.
Oh, 1,000 gold gem.
You've got 30. No, you've got 35 gold. You've got a gem which is worth 1,000 gold. That doesn't mean
Have you not seen my platinum piece has got 168?
Yeah, but no. The point I'm making is having a gem that is worth 1,000 gold does not mean you've got 1,000 gold. You need to sell it to someone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's close enough.
That is the point.
Talking of gems, I need a gem.
Yeah, we need to get you a diamond, really, don't we?
Is it a diamond, isn't it?
300 gold piece diamond is what you need.
If I had bought one of those, I'd have as much money as you do. So that explains where my money's.
Yeah.
More money than you. Yeah, can I try and find a diamond worth 300 gold pieces, please?
Yeah.
Carl is looking back towards Ox, and then he sees something, and he says, "Sail tomorrow, dawn."
Why the change of art?
I've seen something we can do.
What is it?
Get extremely drunk.
Oh, well,
You've seen a pub, haven't you?
I have seen a dawn.
Well, if we get extremely drunk, we best make it mid-morning, really, not dawn, because we won't wake up for dawn, will we? I don't really want to be hangover on a boat.
You have a 300 gold diamond now, John.
Thank you. I will spend the money for that.
But yeah, Carl is going to go and he's going to go and drink and then meet back on the boat. that time that seems appropriate.
Nice. Is there anything anybody does want to pick up whilst they're in town?
I just want to check out potions and scrolls and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, if there's something particular you're after, then yeah, tell me what it is.
Could I buy some like iron?
Some what,
Make
sorry?
bullets? Could I buy like iron and stuff to make bullets, or like some sort of metal?
Dwarves probably the guys that make bullets, right?
Yeah, you certainly can. Or you could even buy some pepper box bullets here.
Do they have any cool bullets? Special bullets?
Any cool special bullets? No.
Oh,
Is a cool bullet like a bullet of freezing?
He's
maybe.
not even getting
Really,
it.
you should have made that joke.
I
Sam.
should have. I know. I'm sorry.
Or Phil.
But yeah, I mean, you can buy bullets here if you want, Mister Nix.
Have they got any like teeth from creatures where I can make special arrows myself on the boat?
Nah, nothing like that. No.
I have got still 7 special arrow bullets. Okay.
What you wanting to buy next?
Just pepper box bullets.
Yeah. It's 4 gold pieces for 10. So how many do you want?
Can I have like 100?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It'll cost you 40 gold.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a
Can I
lot more
just take
bullets
away
now.
40 gold?
Yes, please.
Yeah. I think I did my math correct.
You did.
The last one.
People are after potions, weren't they? I think.
I was, and then remembered that I did just say I have 150 gold to pay for the boat, and that is all I have. So, probably shouldn't spend it on potions.
You
I
guys,
have one
you guys
potion.
need 300 gold at the other side of this boat trip, right? Or 290 to be precise.
Potion. How much is a potion of the next one up of healing? The not basic one.
You guys can spend however much. I have enough to pay for the gold.
You sure?
Yeah, I have over 1,000.
Oh, bloody hell, why is everyone else so rich?
Well, because
I
he
have
gets paid lots of
1,000.
money for all the murdering he does.
Oh, yeah.
Nix has
We
been
don't
carrying
spend
some
our-
serious wealth, yeah.
I feel like I haven't spent, like, any money other than to buy a diamond.
But what do they give you when you leave the citadel or whatever it
True,
is?
I did
You know,
I came away with absolutely fuck all.
it's
when I
hardly they
started.
going, oh, could you go and murder this poor innocent half elf? Oh, and by the way, some couple of thousand gold to take with you.
It'd be nice though, wouldn't it?
It would be nice.
I'm pretty sure I stole 100 platinum from a grave.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did. I'm pretty sure you definitely sold some stuff from a grave.
Yeah, that's all the diamonds I was giving you.
I've got no idea where my platinum came from.
Yeah, sorry. How much is a potion of medium healing?
Yeah, sorry, you did ask that.
Is it standard price?
Sorry, I'm having to dig stuff out because I wasn't expecting to do shopping.
And question: do the dwarves add a VAT charge to make it higher?
Or less because they produce them here.
What compendium do I have all this in? Um, 150 for a potion of greater healing.
Cool. Okay, can I buy one of those? And how much is the regular healing? Is it 50?
Yeah.
Can I buy one of each, please, for
One of
200?
each. Yeah.
Is there any sort of particular delicacies in the Chalkian Empire that I could pick up and snack on?
Yeah, dog mole meat is quite popular.
What were you going to say? Bread.
That's what I think we say as well. I was teeing you up for the bread.
Bread.
That callback to session 1.
Yeah.
The special bread that had the herbs from the Chalkian Empire.
It's got stone in it.
Or whatever
fine
it was.
Stone, yes. And
That
it was
one
illegal.
too.
That too. The illegal bread.
Well, it's not illegal in the Shulk.
How do you know?
Well, it'd be very weird if it was. I will buy a dog mole meat bread sandwich.
Nice, yeah. It costs you 2 silver.
Wait, a bread sandwich?
No, dog mole meat sandwich. What did I say?
Use dog bowl meat bread sandwich.
Well, yeah, dog mole meat sandwich with bread, with
Right.
nice bread.
Okay. Just imagining a slice of bread inside 2 other slices of bread. Bread sandwich.
Was there anything else anybody wanted?
If they have other weird potions, like potions of speed, strength, things like that, I'd be interested in looking at prices, but I'm not worried about dealing with that now. That can be a message me at any point, and I'm happy to sort it.
Yeah, that's cool. Potion of speed would be 400. Potion of strength was the other one, do you say?
If there's any kind of any kind of potions that would improve someone's damage or something like that. Do anything wacky with their damage. Look at this, we've gone so off the rails that we've managed to trick Sam into a shopping session.
Yeah.
Really, it's Sam's fault.
I blame Sam as well, but that's not the point.
I would also agree.
That's reasonable.
It's Sam's fault.
Feels like we shouldn't be teaming up against Sam.
That's fine. No potions of strength, I'm afraid.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Not that a potion that buffed strength would not be much use to me, but oh well, I don't have enough gold to buy a potion of speed because I don't know why I even thought I would. But if we want more of those potions that we were going to use one of and then forgot we had in the fight with Kulga, they have them here.
It's true. No, we didn't need them.
Would have helped though.
We didn't cast a single whole person. Seems to me some people forgot the plan.
There is a potion of etherealness. There's not, by the way. There's not, sorry.
How much?
Oh,
That's a point.
that would be a great idea, though.
Is there a place here that I assume the general gist we're getting is magic is not outlawed.
No,
In Chalk.
Chalk is entirely open to magic use.
This shop that we're in that's got the potions, is it just exclusively potions, or is there general kind of bits and bobs to do with that kind of stuff?
Yeah, it's got this is a relatively small town, so it's not overly equipped, but yeah, there's a fair amount of magic items available there, yeah.
Would there be potentially anyone they would know of that we could speak to about spell scrolls?
About spell scrolls. Oh. Yeah, there is somebody. There is an elder dwarf that lives in town who is a relatively powerful wizard, you're told. May be able to assist with that. Has a collection of items.
Oh, fucking hell. I just actually looked at the spell.
Seventh level,
Etherealness. It's 7th level.
However, Blink, maybe?
I mean, if we get a spell scroll with etherealness on, we can cast it. It's just going to involve a check, and that would be a lot of money to burn. You said there was a wizard, right?
Yeah.
I guess I'll inquire with him about his capabilities in terms of long distance travel, I guess.
Long distance travel.
Does he know the teleport spell?
That would be useful if he did, wouldn't it? What level is that? 6th level, is it?
I believe 7th.
Let's have a
7th, yeah.
teleport. Yeah, he can do teleport. It is a spell he is familiar with and knows.
Do you think you'd be able? Does he think he'd be able to teleport us to somewhere like the Blacklands? Or would he be willing to? I suppose is the question.
He seems kind of initially curious as to why you would ask that, but I assume you are being as withholding that information as you were previously with other people asking.
I'm chasing after a ghost that stole a ring.
As you do.
Yeah.
But yeah, he tells you he's never been to the Blacklands himself. He can teleport, and he's willing. He will cast spells as a I don't know what's the word, service, I guess. Yeah, or a means of trade. He could send you to the Blacklands. Do you have a description of the place outside of just the Blacklands?
Fucking good question, isn't it?
Can I do a description of a place I know in the Backlands
You could
near
do,
the city, and see if that's good enough for it.
I mean, anything's good enough. You guys can tell him whatever, but essentially, so the way teleport works is if it's not something that the caster is like overly familiar with, there is a D100 roll, and there's a potential. The less they know about it, the more likelihood there is for some kind of mishap.
Oh, when you've been to the Blacklands, right?
Yeah.
Do you have anything from the Blacklands?
I want to probably say no.
Damn.
I feel like my character wouldn't really carry much, apart from maybe my bow, but I've got a new bow now.
Yeah.
I've got that, but I've upgraded recently.
Well, that's annoying, isn't it? Oh, it has to be. It has to have been from the place in the last 6 months, anyway. So that's fine. I mean, how much would you teleporting us cost us?
Oh, crikey. He sort of, you see, sums things up in his head a little, and he tells you, well, for something like that, you know, this is one way. And it's almost like he's trying to talk you out of it. You know, this is one way.
Yeah.
Well, it's your risk to take. I guess I could do it for 1,400.
Lovely meeting you. We'll see you later.
Yeah, I guess the better option.
What about a scroll?
A scroll of teleport.
Probably be even
No,
more
not
expensive.
a scroll of teleport, but like
a scroll of etherealness.
yeah.
Or a scroll of blink.
I don't know if blink will do it. Does
Blink puts you
put
on the
in
ethereal. I don't know if it will work to get the ghost, but blink puts you on the ethereal plane for 1 minute.
Well, we'll do then. They let you fight the ghost.
That's the theory, isn't it?
I can cast blink.
You can cast blink.
What the hell? Okay, this search functionality does not work because when you search ethereal, it doesn't come up.
It won't search descriptions of stuff. It'll only search
Yeah.
item names.
I'm sorry,
That's okay.
I didn't know because I searched. I searched it, assuming it will search the descriptions, and nothing came up. So I assume I can do it.
And you can cast blink
Not right now, but yes, I can cast blink.
because it's but you could cast it tomorrow if you rested.
Yeah.
Well, how do you fancy fighting a ghost? Gives us a plan.
Well, we're going to try and intercept the ghost on the sea.
I was thinking on the land.
Well, it's going to be ages till it gets to the land, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's going to take us a few days. I mean, we could try the sea, but I don't know.
Why not?
Can I point out that blink? I don't think blink's going to help you anyway. You disappear at the end of your turn, and you reappear in your plane at this beginning of your turn.
Easy.
Oh, that's frustrating. Oh, so
only if you've got reactions.
Run up and stand next to it. Hold your action to attack when you are able to hit it.
Possibly,
blink at the end of your turn, triggers the reaction to then hit it.
It might work. I also like the Don blinking at the end of his turn, appearing next to the ghost. The ghost gets to attack him, and then at the start of his next turn, he then blinks back, all
It
beaten
just goes
up,
away again.
and then goes, "Oh, by the way, I can't turn it off, so I'm about to go there again." I'm not sure if you can turn it off. I think it might be.
Yeah, blink will not help.
It's possible, but certainly not a straightforward method.
Yeah, it's. Yeah,
I mean, the ghost is just moving, right? So if you were to blink at the end of your turn, then its turn goes, and you're stood next to it, it would move away from you, and you'd get an opportunity attack.
Or someone can command. Does Carl have command, or whatever it's called?
You can't target it because it's in the ethereal plane.
If you're in
you
the
can't
ethereal plane,
affect
though,
it with
you can
anything.
target it. That's so.
Yeah, but you're only on the ethereal plane outside of your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you blink?
You need to
blink
hit it
is
with a
self
reaction.
only, so you can't.
Yeah.
You randomly charm person, the orc.
We can't
Theoretically,
do
but again, it's an action, so it's a.
Oh man, blink is like so close to working.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could spend the boat trip, which is 4 days, figuring out a blink plan.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it does. It looks like blink is a vague possibility.
You've got 7 days to work out how it will work. Yeah, so.
For instance, if you were to drink a potion of haste, would that give you another action?
Yeah, but you blink at the end of your turn, so you have to. It has to be an off-turn action.
Oh, it doesn't give
So
you
I need
another.
like a legendary action, basically.
Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, that sounds easy enough. But yeah,
Could we set up like some sort of dynamite that when you teleport further on you, it will blow up?
that sounds also
That sounds amazing. Let's do that.
possible. Do you take stuff with you? It's not clear. We can
I guess you
experiment
don't go
with
there
that.
naked.
He
do
took
you?
the ring with him, didn't he?
Yeah, and you
go over
don't go there naked. So
I'm debating really whether I should even speak up or not. But like, there is the really easy solution to this. You just hold an action on your turn.
Well, we did say that already.
I did say that.
yeah, he
Oh,
did
I
say
might
that.
have missed it. Okay.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
He did say that, but Jake said it, so we dismissed it.
Well, no, I didn't dismiss it. I just thought that you, as the DM, Sam, might think it's too cheesy and not allow it.
No, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's a plan. It's more of a plan than we had for the last 20 days.
Yeah.
If only we could have stood still long enough to discuss it.
I'm just going to pretend that this.
You've just learned it.
We leveled up when we
I
got
never,
scout.
I never cast it. No, the wizard just explained it. Like I had the idea of it, and I was like, oh, well, can't you do this with like these bits of materials like this? Just do that, blah blah, blah. And it you should do the same sort of thing. And now I know how to do it.
That is a nice wizard. I would actually be interested, except I have no money, and I'm also not there, in buying a scroll of Blink because I would quite like Blink. I'm assuming I can't learn a.
You can't
Third
learn a
level's
third
gonna be
level.
super expensive.
Yeah, I can't copy a spell from an artificer, can I?
No,
It's a whole different. It's a whole different thing.
has to be from a spell book or a spell scroll.
Yeah. You can bring his spell book back. I'm sure he won't mind. Anyway, that's fine.
Shall I ask him really nicely if he'll
Yeah.
lend it to us?
Yeah. Indeed.
Hello, Mr. 9th,
Yeah.
20th level wizard. Can we borrow your spell book for a
Yeah.
couple of weeks?
Yeah. Just your travelling one. We don't need the main one. But that's fine.
Well, if anyone thinks of anything they want in town, like between now and next session, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
You can pick it up or easily retroactively shop for it, I'm sure. Cool. So you guys are gonna take this boat, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I got a
take-
fresh rod of fishing tackle, so I do some fishing while they go.
So yeah, we're taking the boat. We're gonna try and intercept it, or is that?
I think it'd be easier finding it on land.
I think we better find it. Try and find it first,
And then follow it for a bit.
then follow it, but also then get ahead of it when we get closer to land, so that we've got a little while to set up on land.
I mean, our chances of finding it are pretty small, though. But yeah, I guess.
Well, we know where roughly it left from and what
Yeah.
direction it was heading, so we should know the path it's following.
And I'm hoping that Starry Archer got his star map. He's hopefully quite good at that sort of thing.
He knows.
And he
Also,
did roll-
I can try and sort some birds or some fish,
He
or
did roll a 20. That's true. Well, yeah.
you can send. You can send old
The
little
owl,
owl out.
actually. Yeah, the owl's not keen on water. Although I guess actually,
Be in the air, wouldn't he?
he doesn't.
So
Yeah, but it's kind of wet everywhere. And he's an owl.
yeah, I could just send a load of birds out on a regular basis, and then hopefully, like, they find anything, they will hopefully be seen.
But I
I'm
couldn't
guessing Big if.
a seahorse.
Oh shit! I might have a spell that we might be able to find him when he's walking around.
Interesting.
So
I mean, I doubt it.
I've
Yeah.
got a
So we're gonna
located
get.
object.
Yeah,
we're gonna get on
but
the-
he's on
Oh,
the
that
ethereal
might-
plane.
that might
He's
work.
not in this
So-
plane of existence.
Oh shit! We get on the boat. We try and find it, and then when we fail, we head to where
Where we think
Landfall
it's going to
is.
intersect. Yeah,
and
wait.
then we miss him on the coast, and then I don't know, but we're on the Blacklands now.
Yeah, pretty much. Sounds good.
nice, cool. All right. Well, yeah, you meet back up at Dainty with Miss Spira. She's sort of readying everything to sail. Being sort of dropping sails, lifting anchor, that sort of thing. She sort of makes a bit of small talk. Tries to sort of probe for a little bit of information from time to time about what it is you're headed to the Blacklands for. I assume it's safe to guess you guys are just keeping that close to your chest still, as you have done so far. Yeah, she sort of keeps trying to make conversation, sort of not getting much in that sort of area, and then she just sort of changes conversation a little bit instead, and just says, she begins sort of just talking about, she talks about a few things that have been going on in town recently. She mentions about a somebody that was caught essentially trying to illegally export some goods, and had sort of recently been sort of imprisoned. And then she just sort of casually, as she's sort of having the conversation, sort of poses a question to you as a party, I guess. And she says, anyway, what do you think about this Uniter fella?
Is that the end of the session?
No, you can reply if you want.
Who?
You know, the Everyone's been talking about it. He's the one that says he knows where that star for Willin is, and he's found it. That's where we're in the session.
Oh dear.
Fuck's sake.
Now, you don't get to see this because I don't have a webcam on, but up until about 30 seconds ago, I was quite happily sat there swinging left and right in my chair. The second you said that, I just stopped.
That's fuck.
Oh, shit.
Well,
So
yeah, I mean, it's not really.
he's not on the Blacklands then.
I'm
This has been
Well,
so intense, this campaign.
I
I'm
don't like it.
assuming he's.
He
and I
went
guess
to
we
he
will
went to
discuss this.
Austral, do you think?
He went to Austral and he's taken the
And
ring
he's-
off of.
He has raised Griffinsteel, possibly.
Yeah, I think that's where this. I think so.
Do we think the dwarves have one of the rings? It would make sense for them to have one, right?
Yeah, it would. It would
Basically,
make sense.
there's two unaccounted for, isn't there, that we don't
And
know.
we've
of.
got.
Technically speaking, we know where one of them is out of character, right? But
Yeah.
or we think we know.
Meta knowledge is there's one that is unaccounted for. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, I guess saying that we don't actually know that for a fact because we don't know when the one shot that we
That
did
is
took
true.
place. But going by what you've just said, I'm going to assume what we think is the truth is the truth.
And we don't also know which one United's already got, right?
Well, United got. The United
from-
didn't have any, right?
Nope.
I thought you had one.
I didn't think he had any.
Hence her death
I don't-
word.
I don't think he's got any. He's got unless the book is one.
He was going for the first one in shape.
Yeah, he was. His thing was, now over this. I'm now going to get the.
Yeah, first one was in. Is it Karnusk? Is that the city that he was gonna blow up?
Yeah.
Second one was with Kulga. Third one was with Austral.
Mm.
Fourth one is with
It's either going to be the
Upper
dwarves
Bro
or the weight.
over on whoever that was.
No, it's not right. It's
Not Surfer Bro, was it? That was
What was his
from
name?
the Strillshire one.
Yeah,
Um,
it was my character though.
It was your it was the guy that was originally just called Grumpy Old Man, wasn't it?
Yes. What's his name? I feel it was Titus.
Titus, that was it.
Oh,
Yeah. Who I assume at this point has started crossing the ocean back towards
Well,
Austral.
probably, he was a priest of Harathos. So.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure that was in the same timeline. I thought that was
I think it is.
I've got
before.
a feeling it's concurrent.
Yeah, I think it might be.
In fact, spoilers. I think Sam said it was concurrent with this.
Probably
I
did.
think Sam may have made a comment that certainly implies it, if not confirms it. And of course he can't say anything now, but
Sam's nodding. It's fine. I mean, at least yeah. I certainly implied it in conversation. Yeah.
yeah. And then it's just literally the fifth one at that point. Now we made a point of looking. I'm pretty sure when we were with Z, there wasn't a ring, right? So that does leave one left, and chalk would be my go-to. Is it chalk or is it chalk?
It's Chalk. Yeah.
Chalk. Oh,
Chalk.
fucking hell, I was completely wrong. That would be my suggestion as to where it is at that point.
Not in dwarf. See it? I mean, I think it could be either, but
They sit in. Generally speaking, they were given to people in seats of power. Was the fairy tale we were given? People that held seats of
And-
power had these rings.
and the Chalkian Empire is fairly powerful.
Certainly in size compared to dwarf, right? It's
Yeah.
more significant, right?
It's been
Well,
powerful.
looking at this map, it's looking like it's kind of the same size, given there's
Oh, yeah,
mountain
it is,
range
yeah.
and
Yeah, it's-
water.
It's similar.
Is this the Makeda projection?
I mean, yeah. Don't take the scale too exact. Yeah. I mean, in terms of like land mass, they're probably pretty like for like. Yeah.
I mean, it's a
Oh,
trick
and
question
Shade
because
and Shade is tiny.
It's a trick
A
question
shape.
because it's a flat world, so there's no Makeda protection needed.
You're
I
going
can't
right
believe
over my
that-
head.
I can't believe that Thentos may actually be flat, for fuck's sake.
The Mercado protection is like the one that makes Russia look massive.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, like it's like essentially it's you take the globe and flatten it out, but it makes the poles look massive and the equator look very small in comparison.
It's why whenever you draw the shortest route on a map, you have to draw it as a curved line instead of a straight line. Because the top sections are actually way less space than the bottom, like the central section.
If it
Is that
helps,
the right
by
way
the way,
around?
Jake, it was absolutely been alluded to in the past that Thentos may be flat.
Is it actually? If I admit, I feel like we've made the joke a couple of times, but
There you go. See,
for fuck's sake, is it on the back of a giant turtle?
there's no need to there's no need to predict it
Exactly.
from the 3 dimensional to the 2 dimensional.